Well, as Angelenos reel with this apocalyptic nightmare, there are reports that thousands of Los Angeles homeowners were dropped by their insurance companies, forcing them into the California Fair Access to Insurance Requirement Plan, or FAIR Plan, basic coverage in high-risk areas. I want to bring in the mayor of Southern California, Southern California City Mayor of El Cajon, Bill Wells. Bill, thank you so much for being here. Good to see you, Bill. I want to talk to you because, this is a statewide issue for homeowners. Doesn't matter if you live in the San Diego area, Los Angeles area. Many El Cajon residents can't even get fire insurance or it's going to triple, right? Your residents are lumped into the rural areas. Explain what's going on and who's at fault here.
Well, the California Insurance Board said that when insurance companies wanted to get reinsurance, which is something that they do, they can't add that to the cost of the premiums. And California is the only state in the union that doesn't allow that. So basically, it makes it so that insurance companies can't compete. They can't make any money. They can't even recoup their costs by offering insurance in California. So what's happened is 7 of the 12 major carriers have gotten out of the California market. And if you look at Pacific Palisades, earlier this last month, 70% of the people that were insured in Pacific Palisades lost their home insurance just a couple of weeks ago. And then they were forced into the FAIR program. Some of them got into the FAIR program, some of them didn't. But here's the scary thing, is that the FAIR program has a capitation of about $200 million. That's their reserve. This fire may cost $20 to $40 billion. What's going to happen is, even if you pay these exorbitant rates to get into this California fire insurance scam, they're not going to be able to pay the claims. So California, again, and I want to make it clear, this is not an environmental policy. This is not an environmental disaster. This is a policy disaster. This is the fact that the left-leaning one-party government of California has made these rules so that it's impossible to live in California, and it's coming to roost now.
I've heard of estimates as high as $50 billion in damages. So, what is the solution? Has Newsom completely failed the residents of California? This is a liberal enclave, and people, even the celebrities who voted for these people, I'm assuming they did, are now coming out and saying this is completely unacceptable. For a lot of people who were living in the Pacific Palisades, Altadena, their homes were their everything. This is all they had.
Every policy in California leads to this disaster. It costs $500,000 more on average to build a house in California than it does in Texas, and that's all because of regulations, and that's all because of artificial means. That's why insurance companies don't want to be here. That and the fact that California won't clear out their forests, and they won't save water in the retention basins. Everything that California does makes it impossible for insurance companies to do business in California, and California's policies has made this happen.
We're taking a live look right now at what appears to be smoke coming from from a fire in Los Angeles. I'm actually trying to Google it because it's so hard to stay on top of these wildfires. There have been so many fires, and now they believe that one of the fires yesterday was related to arson. Bill, let's be honest, the state of California is an expensive place to live. People in the Palisades, just the Palisades alone, were paying like $50,000 a year in property taxes. There are other issues. You talk about mitigation. You talk about not enough water. There are other issues. We know when the Santa Ana winds will whip up. This wasn't a surprise.
I lived in California all my life since the 1960s. And we've always had fire problems, but we always were able to handle it because we managed the forces properly. We saved water properly. We did mitigation steps to stop the fire problems. And we allowed insurance companies to work in a competitive environment. Now, all of these policies, which were completely man-made, have brought this kind of perfect storm together. And unfortunately, I've always said that California is going to continue on its suicidal path until it experiences so much pain that it's going to have to wake up, and people are going to look and say, we've got to change the way we vote. And I'm hoping that this is enough. You see what's happening in Canada, you see what's happening in the rest of the country, you see what's happening in Europe. People are rejecting these liberal policies that bring nothing but pain and disaster. And I hope California will wake up and follow suit at this point.
Yeah, when you say experience pain, and it's like at what cost? I mean, people literally lost everything. Do you think that California has a chance to turn red? Do you think those living in LA County are starting to see?
I don't know. It's interesting. If you took look at the last election, if you took LA County out of the statistics, Trump would have won California.
Mm.
It's not all of California that's crazy. It's Los Angeles and San Francisco and Sacramento that make us what we are. And if you took that away, there's still a lot of very hardworking, normal people that have common sense values that would love to see California be what it could be. California has unbelievable potential, and we have artificially destroyed it. And I'm hoping that this will wake people up. I don't want to see people suffer. It
Right.
breaks my heart, as the mayor of a city, it breaks my heart to see people suffering. And frankly, I'm in this fair uh, insurance plan as well. I lost my home insurance, and people I know are paying $30,000 a year for home insurance.
It's crazy.
Something has to happen.
Right. Elections have consequences. I've been saying that. And, you just like me, a lot of people tell us all the time, why do you live in California? Why don't you just, it's a failed state, leave. But many people like you and I, this is what we call home. The state of California is not a bad place to live. The state of California is one of the most beautiful places. It's just that we have this one-party system.
Yeah. And I actually, in answer to your question, yes, I still have hope that we can turn around. I've been waiting to see what would happen. Frankly, after the Biden election, I despaired for America. But look where America is right now. California can follow suit, and it might be this kind of wake up call that gets us there.
Unfortunately, if it's something like this that happened, it's a lot of lives have been destroyed. It's not just people's homes. We're talking about businesses. I mean, Pacific Palisades is almost completely wiped.
Please, all the people that are listening to this broadcast, please pray for the people of California.
Yes.
It's not their fault. It's the wild-eyed politicians that have done this to us.
Thank you.
And just pray for us.
Yeah, thank you for making that clear. Pray for California. So many people need it right now. Bill Walz, mayor of El Cajon, the voice of reason for many of us. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.